The Pittsburgh Steelers are still searching for a third safety to strengthen their secondary. After Damontae Kazee's contract expired, the team has yet to fill that gap behind Minkah Fitzpatrick and Deshaun Elliott. However, an interesting name has emerged on the market: Marcus Williams, a former Baltimore Ravens player who was recently released after a tough season. Despite his decline in performance, Williams still has the talent and experience to contribute to a defense looking to improve in 2024. But would he be a good option for Pittsburgh? In this article, we analyze all the details about his performance, his potential fit in the Steelers' defense, and whether he's truly worth the investment. In 2022, the Ravens signed Marcus Williams to a 5-year, $70 million contract, making him the highest-paid safety in franchise history. In his first season with the team, he proved his playmaking ability, recording 4 interceptions in just 10 games before suffering a wrist injury that kept him sidelined for several weeks. Even so, he was expected to have a bigger impact in 2023 and 2024. However, reality turned out differently. In the 2024 season, Williams lost his starting job to Darius Washington, and his coverage skills were heavily criticized. According to Pro Football Reference, he allowed a passer rating of 148.4 when targeted by opposing quarterbacks, the worst of his career by a wide margin. His lack of tackling security and slower reaction time made him a liability in the Ravens' defense, leading to the team's decision to release him after just 2 seasons. Williams' decline has been a topic of debate among analysts. Some believe he simply didn't fit into Baltimore's defensive scheme, while others think his best days in the NFL are behind him. However, his previous track record shows he can still be a valuable player. Before 2024, his coverage stats were impressive, allowing a passer rating of just 52.0 over 6 seasons. He also accumulated 20 career interceptions, though last season was the first time he failed to record one. Despite his struggles, Williams remains a talented and relatively young player at 28 years old. His NFL experience and ability to generate turnovers make him an intriguing option for a team needing depth at safety. Additionally, Pittsburgh has a history of revitalizing players who struggled elsewhere. In a role behind Minkah Fitzpatrick and Deshaun Elliott, Williams wouldn't have the pressure of being an immediate starter. Instead, he could serve as a backup with significant snaps in 3 safety formations, something the Steelers have successfully used in the past. His presence could provide more flexibility to Pittsburgh's defense, allowing Fitzpatrick to focus on making big plays without worrying as much about deep coverage. Another key factor is cost. Following his release from the Ravens, Williams' market value won't be as high as when he signed his lucrative deal in 2022. This means he could be available at an affordable price, making him a low-risk, high-reward option. The Steelers have had success signing players coming off rough seasons with other teams. A recent example is Patrick Peterson, who, while no longer the dominant player he once was, provided leadership and depth to the defense. Another case is Joe Hayden, who joined Pittsburgh after being released by the Cleveland Browns and went on to become a key cornerback for several seasons. Williams could follow a similar path and regain his best form in a more suitable environment. In a system that maximizes his instincts and coverage skills, he could return to being a productive player. Signing Marcus Williams makes sense from several perspectives. He is an experienced player, still in his prime, with a solid track record before his decline in Baltimore. For Pittsburgh, which needs secondary depth and a reliable third safety, Williams could be a low-risk, high-upside option. However, there are also risks. If his decline in 2024 was a sign that his best days are over, then investing in him might not be worth it. Everything will depend on how the Steelers' coaches evaluate him and whether they believe he still has what it takes to contribute. One thing is certain: Pittsburgh needs to make a decision soon. The 2024 season is quickly approaching, and strengthening the secondary could be crucial to competing in the AFC North, a division featuring talented quarterbacks like Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson, and Deshaun Watson. Should the Steelers go after him? As always, we want to hear your thoughts. Leave a comment and subscribe for more exclusive Pittsburgh Steelers news. A shocking piece of news is shaking up the NFL and could completely change the future of the team. Aaron Rodgers, the legendary quarterback, is on the radar of the Pittsburgh Steelers, but there's a big question. Are they willing to pay what he's asking for? Let's break down this situation that could define the upcoming season and completely alter the league's landscape. Before diving into the main topic, it's important to highlight the current quarterback market in the NFL. This offseason, Several teams have made key strategic decisions, and the quarterback position has been one of the most discussed. The Minnesota Vikings, New York Giants, and, of course, the Pittsburgh Steelers are all part of the conversation surrounding Rodgers' future. In recent years, the NFL has seen major quarterback moves that have transformed teams overnight. After his departure from the New York Jets, Rodgers has drawn interest from multiple teams. Initially, rumors suggested he was seeking a 2-year, $90 million contract. However, new reports indicate that his salary expectations have changed. According to The Athletic, Rodgers is now looking for a deal similar to the one Sam Darnold signed with the Seattle Seahawks, $100 million over 3 years. This makes the Vikings his preferred destination, but the Steelers remain a viable option. The issue is that Pittsburgh isn't known for making impulsive free agency decisions. Their philosophy has always been to sign players under contracts that maintain the team's long-term stability. With that in mind, the big question is, would they really commit to a high-cost contract for a veteran quarterback like Rodgers? Now that we understand the market context and Rodgers' expectations, it's time to analyze the situation from the Steelers' perspective. Can they really afford this signing? Or is Rodgers simply using this as leverage in negotiations with other teams? Rodgers' salary remains the key factor. While Pittsburgh does have the cap space to make a major move, there are other factors to consider. The franchise currently has needs in other areas, including the offensive line and defense. Investing in Rodgers would mean committing resources that could otherwise strengthen the team in key positions. Team insiders have mentioned that the Steelers are open to the idea of bringing in Rodgers, but only if a mutually beneficial agreement is reached. This means they won't overpay just to secure his arrival. Pittsburgh has always focused on building its roster for the long term, and bringing in a veteran quarterback could disrupt that strategy. If the Steelers decide not to pursue Rodgers, it could open the door for another team to sign him. The Vikings seem to be his preferred destination, but if negotiations fall through, Pittsburgh could still emerge as a serious contender. Additionally, Rodgers' arrival would mean a shift in the offensive dynamics, as he requires a system tailored to his unique playing style. At 40 years old, Rodgers remains an elite quarterback, but his ability to stay healthy has been a concern in recent years. His tenure with the Jets was marked by an early season injury that sidelined him for almost the entire year. This could make some teams hesitant to offer him a long-term contract. However, if he stays healthy, his experience could be crucial for a team like Pittsburgh, which is seeking stability at the quarterback position. Over the past few seasons, the Steelers have struggled with inconsistent quarterback play, and adding Rodgers could provide an immediate solution. But the question remains, is he worth the investment? The final decision will depend on several factors, including Rodgers' salary demands, Pittsburgh's willingness to make a blockbuster move, and how the quarterback market evolves in the coming days. What's clear is that Rodgers' future remains uncertain, and his next destination could surprise many. What would you do if you were the Steelers' general manager? Would you invest a massive amount in Rodgers, or would you explore other options? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Rodgers' story and his NFL future are still unfolding. The Steelers have a major decision to make, and we could have breaking news in the coming days about his next move. Stay tuned to our channel for more updates on this and other major NFL stories. See you in the next video.